The NFL draft is a crucial time for a team as they make decisions to shape their future rosters. It definitely helps to have a higher selection, but that rarely results in getting the top player. Scouts spend all year evaluating talent, but it's just a guessing game after all. Tight ends are one of the hardest positions to evaluate, often the second most difficult behind quarterbacks. With the difficulty of drafting tight ends, the best of the class is rarely the top selected. These are the best tight ends from each NFL draft this century. Before we jump into the tight ends, I'd like to take a second to acknowledge that the majority of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel. Darren and I are both college students and hope to one day make this our full-time job. So please, if you do enjoy, consider subscribing and helping us on our journey here on YouTube. Thank you and enjoy the video. This takes us back 20 years to the 2000 NFL Draft. In this case, the best tight end of the class was the first off the board when the Green Bay Packers used the 14th selection to take Bubba Franks. Franks was the only tight end in the class that made a Pro Bowl, being named 3 consecutive seasons starting in 2001. He spent 7 years in Green Bay before spending the final year of his career with the Jets. 2 tight ends out of the 2001 NFL Draft found their way to a Pro Bowl appearance. The second tight end off the board, Algie Crumpler, made 4, and the first of the class and ultimately the best, Todd Heap, made 2. Heap was selected 31st by the Baltimore Ravens. He was named a second-team All-Pro in 2003. Heap spent 10 years in Baltimore and is a member of the Ravens Ring of Honor. He finished his career with the Cardinals after 2 years in Arizona. Jeremy Shockey, the first tight end off the board with the 14th pick in the 2002 NFL Draft to the New York Giants, went on to be named NFL Rookie of the Year. Shockey was easily the top tight end out of his class. He was named a first-team All-Pro in 2002 and made 4 Pro Bowls over the course of his career. Additionally, he won 2 Super Bowls in New York. He played for the Giants through 2007 before spending 3 years with the Saints and retiring after a season with the Panthers. The 2003 NFL Draft featured 2 future star tight ends. Dallas Clark had a good career, but it was the Dallas Cowboys' 69th selection in the 3rd round, Jason Witten, who has churned out a Hall of Fame career. He has been named an All-Pro 4 times and made an impressive 11 Pro Bowls. Witten had a long, successful 15-year tenure in Dallas before retiring before the 2018 season. After 1 year in the Monday Night Football booth for ESPN, Witten returned to the Cowboys in 2019. He recently signed with the Raiders for 2020. Witten ranks 2nd all-time in receptions and yards by a tight end. The first tight end selected in the 2004 NFL Draft, Kellen Winslow, went on to make a Pro Bowl. For the best of the class, though, we go down to the 81st selection in the 3rd round when the Washington Redskins took Chris Cooley. Cooley spent 9 years in Washington and made 2 Pro Bowls. He is the Washington Redskins' all-time leader in receptions at tight end. He has since spent time in media and even co-hosted an ESPN radio show. Heath Miller was the only tight end taken in the first 2 rounds of the 2005 NFL Draft. Miller was taken 30th by the Pittsburgh Steelers. He spent 11 years in Pittsburgh and made 2 Pro Bowls along the way. He also won 2 Super Bowls. The 2006 NFL Draft has produced the most tight end Pro Bowlers this century. Mercedes Lewis, Owen Daniels, and Delaney Walker have all had their moments, but it was Vernon Davis who has capped off a potential Hall of Fame career. Davis was taken 6th by the San Francisco 49ers. Davis led the NFL in receiving touchdowns in 2009 and made his first Pro Bowl as a result. He made the Pro Bowl again in 2013 and was named a second-team All-Pro. He spent 9.5 years with the 49ers before he was traded to the Broncos, where he won Super Bowl 50. After, he spent 4 years with the Redskins and retired this offseason. Zach Miller, out of the 2007 NFL Draft, managed to make a Pro Bowl and win a Super Bowl, but Greg Olsen easily earns the bid for best of the class. Olsen was selected 31st by the Chicago Bears, who he spent 4 years with before making the move on to the Panthers. During his tenure in Carolina, Olsen made the Pro Bowl 3 consecutive seasons and was named a second-team All-Pro twice. This offseason, Olsen left Carolina after 9 years, signing a 1-year deal with the Seahawks. The 2008 NFL Draft featured 1-year wonder Gary Barnidge and veteran Martellus Bennett. Bennett was taken in the 2nd round with the 61st pick by the Dallas Cowboys. Bennett was solid for a long time, but never really set the league on fire. In stints with the Giants, Bears, Patriots, and Packers, he was able to cement himself as the top tight end of his class. He made the Pro Bowl in 2014 and was a member of the Patriots in their iconic 28-3 Super Bowl 51 comeback. 89th overall in the third round of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans snagged Jared Cook. Cook has been a bit of a journeyman, floating around to the Rams, Packers, Raiders, and Saints where he currently resides. It took up some time to earn some accolades, but has gotten a Pro Bowl nod for the last 2 years. Rob Gronkowski was the top tight end from the 2010 NFL Draft, over classmates Jermaine Gresham and Jimmy Graham. The New England Patriots took Gronkowski with the 42nd selection in the second round. Gronkowski was a fan favorite during his 9 years in New England. He retired ahead of 2019, but recently came out of retirement to be traded to the Buccaneers. His achievements are endless. He is a 4-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowl selectee, and collected 3 Super Bowl rings in New England. Gronkowski has led the league in touchdowns and was named NFL Comeback Player of the Year in 2014. He is also a member of the NFL 100th anniversary team. The first tight end selected, Kyle Rudolph, is our best from the 2011 NFL Draft. With the 43rd pick in the second round, the Minnesota Vikings took Rudolph. Rudolph is a 2-time All-Pro selection and beats out fellow classmates Jordan Cameron and Julius Thomas. He still resides with the Vikings and signed a 4-year, $36 million extension last year. The 2012 NFL Draft didn't feature a single Pro Bowl caliber tight end. The Indianapolis Colts took the first tight end off the board when they used the 34th pick in the second round on Colby Fleener. Fleener was ultimately the best from the class. He played in Indianapolis for 4 years and spent 2 more years in the league with the Saints. In his career, he had 3,080 yards and 22 touchdowns. The 2013 NFL Draft is tied for the most Pro Bowl tight ends of the century. Tyler Eifert, Zach Ertz, and Jordan Reed all belong to the class, but Travis Kelce takes the cake. Kelce was selected with the 63rd pick in the third round by the Kansas City Chiefs, and the rest is history. He has been named an All-Pro 4 times and has made the Pro Bowl 5 times. He is a member of the 2010s All-Decade team, and oh yeah, he just won a Super Bowl. It took some time, but Eric Ebron has shown to be the best tight end from the 2014 NFL Draft. Ebron was taken 10th overall by the Detroit Lions. He had high hopes for years and underperformed until his stellar 2018 campaign with the Colts that earned him a Pro Bowl nod. Ebron signed with the Steelers this offseason. No tight end from the 2015 NFL Draft has gone on to earn a Pro Bowl nod. The draft has been a complete crapshoot for tight ends. The best, though, came when the Pittsburgh Steelers used the 160th selection in the 5th round on Jesse James. James spent 4 years in Pittsburgh and signed a nice 4-year, $22.6 million deal with the Lions in 2019. He currently has 1,331 yards and 9 touchdowns in his career. One of the biggest names this offseason, Austin Hooper, has proven to be the best tight end out of the 2016 NFL Draft. He was taken with the 81st pick in the 3rd round by the Atlanta Falcons, where he spent 4 seasons before signing a nice 4-year, $44 million deal this offseason with the Browns. Hooper is a rising star and has made the Pro Bowl in the last 2 seasons. Arguably the best tight end in the NFL, George Kittle was taken 146th in the 5th round by the San Francisco 49ers at the 2017 NFL Draft. Kittle had a monster season in 2019 and broke the NFL record for receiving yards in a season by a tight end with 1,377. He has been named an All-Pro and made the Pro Bowl in each of the last 2 seasons. Up to this point, Mark Andrews, the 86th selection in the 3rd round of the 2018 NFL Draft by the Baltimore Ravens, has been the top tight end of the class. Andrews made the Pro Bowl last season after a breakout year. The 2019 NFL Draft was so recent that it is difficult to say the best tight end with certainty. Based off of only 1 season, the Denver Broncos 20th selection, Noah Fant, takes the honor. He was a member of the PFWA All-Rookie team. However, the honor is still up for grabs, and his former Iowa teammate, TJ Hawkinson, may very well come out on top by the end of their careers. Tight ends can be a bit of a mystery come draft time, and it makes sense, as the position is asked to not just receive, but often block. Some top selections like Vernon Davis and Greg Olsen have panned out, but most of the best, like Rob Gronkowski, Travis Kelce, and George Kittle, have all been after the 1st round, proving that draft position doesn't mean everything, but it does help.